Today we're taking a look at one of my favorite fixed blades I've ever owned, and that would be the ESEE Izula 2. Let's jump into the video. First, let's start off with an overview of the specs and features of this knife. This knife features an overall length of 6 3/4 inches with a 2.875 inch 1095 high carbon steel blade with a full flat grind. The Izula 2 features micarta handle scales and weighs in at 3.3 ounces. This knife comes with a black plastic molded sheath with a belt clip on the back, which you can change the angle of with the 4 screws that it comes with. And if you buy the survival version of this knife, it comes with some paracord and ferro rod stuff, so you can turn it into a neck knife as well. This knife is made in the USA and backed by ESEE's no questions asked lifetime warranty. As you can see from the blade on this knife, I've used it quite a bit. It has probably been my most carried and most used fixed blade that I've ever owned, and this last summer I was using it every single day. There are a lot of reasons I like this knife and think you would benefit from checking it out, so let's jump into the list. First up is the quality of this knife. I love how high quality this knife is. I love the look and feel of it. Pretty much everything about it is definitely a quality build, and you can really tell. This is definitely one of the higher quality fixed blades that I own, and you can tell it takes a beating and holds up really well, which is a great thing to have in a fixed blade. The second reason I like this knife is that it is USA made, and I really like American made gear, especially when it's high quality and fairly affordable. Another reason I really like this knife is that it is fairly affordable. This knife comes in between $75 and $100 depending on which version of the knife you get, and even though it is a little bit on the higher side of a price for a budget knife, you do get a lot of perks with that, especially one of the other things that we're talking about next, which is the warranty. Another reason I really love this knife and plan on getting more ESEEs in the future is their warranty. This of course is another perk of spending a little bit more money on a knife, particularly the ESEEs, is that their knives come back with their no questions asked lifetime warranty. They have a 100% unconditional promise that if your knife breaks for any reason whatsoever, they will repair or replace it, no questions asked. These knives are built to last, and having a warranty like that is a big perk. This particular knife is got a fairly thick spine for the size that it is, and this knife handles all kinds of stuff. I have literally batoned wood with this knife all the way down to regular EDC tasks like opening a box. That's one of the great things about a small sized knife like this that is built for the bushcraft world like the ESEEs are. You have the high quality so you can trust it with the heavy stuff, as well as you can just carry it and use it for the small stuff. Having a warranty like that as a knife manufacturer, definitely you can tell that they stand behind their products and that their products are built to last. And the fact that they stand behind their warranty like that is something that is really big in today's world. Now, one of the only downsides to this knife is the fact that it is the high carbon steel, so you do have to make sure you keep it dry, clean it off, and oil it when you're done using it. If you don't, especially in the areas where the coating has worn off, it will start to rust. Luckily, I haven't really had any major issues with that. I've got a little bit of surface rust on some of the logos and stuff like that, but the rest of the time I've been able to keep it pretty clean. Like I said, not really a big deal for me. Haven't really had a ton of problems with it, but that is something you should be aware of. And don't quote me on it, but I think they make a stainless steel version of this knife as well. And this knife comes direct from the factory with the micarta handle scales. You can also buy a cheaper version of this knife without the scales on it at all, so just the metal frame. And I've seen some people buy that and do some paracord wraps and different stuff on the handle. So depending on what you like on your knives, you have options with that as well. And like I've already talked about briefly, this particular one that I got came with the little survival kit that had some paracord and stuff, as well as a little ferro rod and some things that turned it into like a neck knife survival kit. And we've also touched on it already a little bit as well, but the sheath that it comes with, even though it's just a molded plastic and not Kydex or anything, it is really good, has really good retention, and it also has customization to a certain extent, as you can take the screws out, rotate the clip, and carry the knife sideways on your belt like this, or like this. I've carried it both ways, and both ways work pretty well. The sheath has worn a little bit. If you look under the belt clip on the back here, you can see where the plastic has kind of shaved itself against the metal a little bit from rubbing on the belt all day long, as well as the areas where the knife goes in are starting to get a little worn as well. But I've had this knife for several years now, and I've used it a ton. Like I said, one of my most used, most carried fixed blades, and I really like this knife. I would highly recommend you check it out if you're looking for a small fixed blade. Like I said, the blade's around the 2.8 inch mark, which is legal in most states for carrying a fixed blade, so it's great for that as well. Which is one of the reasons I got it, was because I wanted a smaller fixed blade that was legal, everyday carry, could carry it anywhere and everywhere, and it would be fine. And this knife is one little beast of a knife. I really like this knife. I would highly recommend you check it out. I will leave a link for you in the description below if you're interested. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, taking a look at my favorite EDC fixed blade that I've ever gotten, the ESEE Izula 2. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, smash that like button 2025 style if you're into that sort of thing, and share this video with a friend. If you're new here, please consider clicking subscribe. We try and make a new video every week. As always, stay safe, and we'll catch you on the next video.